Hey, welcome to Dining with DanjA. It's Ashley. I hope you're ready to eat, and I hope you're having a blessed day. Hey, you guys, today we're going to make some old-fashioned pound cake, and I hope you enjoy it. Really fast. Preheat your oven to 300 degrees, and let's go ahead and get our cake pan ready with some flour and a little shortening. So grease your pan and then dust your pan with flour. Take a little bit of flour and just rotate it around and then dump the excess out. All right, the first step is the most important step, in my opinion. Beat that butter for a solid 5 minutes. You want to whip that butter at room temperature butter, for 5 solid minutes. The fluffier it gets, the better your cake's going to turn out, I promise. Once you reach the 5 minutes of whipping the mess out of that butter, I love butter, y'all. Anyway, you're going to add your vanilla and your mace, and mace is totally optional. I think it's a southern thing, to be honest, but it truly makes all the difference, in my opinion. Goodness gracious, my mouth is sitting here watering. Listen, it makes all the difference in the flavors, what I tried to say. I guess I'm a little oinker today, like every day. I love sweets. That's my absolute downfall. I would be skinny if it wasn't for sugar. So right now you're going to go ahead and beat in 3 cups of sugar and just keep on mixing. There's a secret to all of this. Once you see your sugars mixed, whip it up a couple of seconds extra, because the fluffier the batter, the better. Trust me. And you'll be able to see the difference because it'll be fluffy. It'll get real thick, and that's when we're going to add our eggs. I don't do eggs one at a time. I put them all in there, and I just whip them all together. I beat the mess out of this stuff. I just want it to get real fluffy. And while you're mixing your eggs into this, I just thought I would answer somebody's question. They asked me if things are getting easier for me, and I have to be honest with you and say no. That's not a proper answer. I'm going to say yes and no. I feel very blessed to be able to start over as easily as we did, but emotionally, I'm really having a hard time. You know, we found Gizzy. I was able to put an end to Gizzy. But Chewy I've never found. Not one shred of anything. You know, nothing. And we've all looked. And I look back at that, and I don't know if he could have ever escaped that fire. Anyway, I'm having a real hard time with that. So if you pray, please pray for me. I'm having a real hard time, to be honest. All I can do is pray about it myself, and one day I hope to wake up feeling like my old self, and maybe God will put in my heart, you know, Chewy is definitely with him, or by some miracle, somebody will call me and say, hey, I found your little dog. Either way, that's what I'm banking on. Until then, I'm going to fake it to make it, because I'm good at that. But other than that, that's the only main thing that's really bugged me with all of this. Other than that, I'm so blessed. I feel super grateful. And every day is a new day, and I'm going to just get up, get dressed, and get on with my day. That's what I'm going to do. I'm trying not to get hung up on it. You know what I mean? Let's get back to this mess we're making here. Okay, so I want you to notice, after you get your eggs good and beat in, oh my goodness, it gets super duper thick. And you'll see you've incorporated a lot of air into that batter, which is what we want. Now you're going to add your flour 2 cups at a time. So I add 2 cups, I mix it all in. I make sure I do an extra few seconds just to make sure it's good and fluffy. Then I add another 2 cups, which is going to be all the flour that you're going to use. You know, just 4 cups. We're almost there, y'all. So once your flour's good and mixed in, you're going to add 3/4 a cup of buttermilk. This is so good. And this right here is going to be your very last chance to add any extra bit of air that we can into the batter. So just make sure everything's mixed in really good. Take a couple extra seconds on high and just mix everything once and for all. After everything's good mixed and you could eat it right out of that bowl and it smells divine, you're going to go ahead and move the batter over to your dusted cake pan. And for an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes, or until the knife comes out clean, you're going to bake that middle center rack at 300 degrees. You guys, it's been about an hour and 50 minutes, and I just pulled it out of the oven. So now I'm going to flip it upside down. I'm kind of scared of that. And put it on my wax paper plate to cool, because I don't have a wire rack. But if you have a wire rack, let it cool on the wire rack. Alright, let me try it. Oh, Lord. You guys, it turned out completely perfect. It came out of the cake pan flawlessly. And so I can't wait for it to cool down and just load it up with strawberries and whipped cream. And you can do anything you want to with it, by the way. I had some strawberries and whipped cream. Alright, I'll be back to show you. You guys, here it is, finished and ready to be eaten, and it is so delicious. If you try it, please let me know. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. Y'all stay safe and be blessed.